Hi, everyone still awake? Amazing. Okay. Growing up, we were made to believe that we were actually like Superman. By our parents, by our peers, by the society, and social media in general. Powerful, unbeatable, always the best among the rest, the leader. So we carried that notion all throughout our lives, thinking that in school, we should always be the best. We should always have the highest grades. At work, we should always be the one to get promoted first. At play, our team should always win. And at home, we should be the favorite of our parents. We were taught to be like Superman and to treat life that it was all about winning. It was all about succeeding. It was always about being the best among the rest. So here we are, we did our best, and lo and behold, in the fastest time possible, we made it to the top. It's but normal nowadays that you actually find people as young as 5 years old wanting to be like Beyonce. Am I right? Or right after graduating from college, wants to become the CEO of his or her own company. Quite normal. So we try our best to actually succeed the fastest time possible, only to realize that in the process, the view from the top may be great, it might be amazing, the pay as well. However, how do you really feel when you're way up there with no one else by your side? Quite disturbing. That's the time, actually, when you realize that, hey, I've been doing all these thinking that success should be the be-all and end-all of everything that I'm doing. That at the end of the day, it would always be just about the results and how successful I become. But only to feel that during your journey, you actually forgot your purpose. So when you're way up there, suddenly you feel lost. What's next for you? You get distracted. And then you come to think of it, you then act on impulse, wanting to succeed even more, trying to find that thing that would actually fill in the void that you feel inside. At that state, you begin to question yourself, why am I here? The very goal that you initially wanted, you begin to ask yourself, was it really something that I wanted? Was it really something that I worked hard for? So this is how it just feels. Those were the same questions I asked myself while growing up. You see, I came from a dysfunctional family. I was the gay kid growing up, doing well in school. I remember this time, I actually went home with the highest grade from class. I got a pat on the back from my parents, and my brother, who was the favorite, came home with a barely passing mark and got a party afterwards. I was 7. Okay. Growing up, I thought that, hey, maybe I wasn't really good enough. Maybe I was unworthy. So I had abusive relationships thinking that it was the kind of love I deserved. A friend of mine for 15 years betrayed me, and it didn't help that I almost went bankrupt after that experience. So what did I do? I wanted to cover those experiences with my success. So at a very young age, I already started working on it. Graduated with flying colors from school, became the youngest ever multinational advertising executive in my country. put up my own business at the age of 26, earned my first million at the age of 27. So as you can see, during that time, people had no idea that I was going through something. All they saw was every time they would see me, especially during interviews, "You're very successful, we want to be like you." These people thought that I had everything. But truth be told, inside, I had nothing. I'm not alone. In a study recently conducted, it was also said that the happiness index among you guys actually fell compared to the previous years. And we are talking about successful people. I can imagine. I've experienced it earlier this day. Okay, so anyway, going back, maybe because of this dissatisfaction when it comes to your political matters, according to the study, or the stress you actually put on yourself when it comes to the high standards that you have, the standards from the society, the standards brought about by your parents. But there you are, still fighting on, because we were made to believe that each one of us is Superman. Ladies and gentlemen, I coined this term called STUCKcess. STUCKcess means that it's the state wherein success plateaus and you actually feel that it becomes meaningless in the process. It's an emotional trap. It's your very own kryptonite. This is actually based on the concept called hedonic treadmill. Hedonic treadmill means that no matter how big your achievement is, after quite some time, you go back to your present state of emotions. Meaning, if you got the highest grade in class, woohoo, let's celebrate. After 3 days, back to normal. If you land your dream job right after graduation, let's do this, party, party, party. Only to realize that after a few months, when you meet your office mates, it wasn't exactly dreamy. So you go back to that state again. So as you can see, how high your emotion is would actually allow you to dip as well. That's when you become empty, and emptiness is your greatest foe. This villain has killed supermen that we know. We love these two. We wanted to be like them. Who doesn't want to be a world-renowned actor? Who doesn't want to travel around the world, tasting food and earning from it? Robin Williams, Anthony Bourdain, they were supermen. But their kryptonite, the emptiness, got them. But you know what, guys? What's interesting is, in your journey, you don't have to be like Superman, because deep inside, you have that superpower within. First things first, focus on your purpose. Revert back to your whys. Why are you doing this? Why did you start? Are you exactly here and now doing what you love the most? Are you living your purpose? When the going gets tough, always revert back to that point simply because that would keep you going. And as you go along, remember, it's all about progress, not perfection. At the end of the day, no one would care if you graduate the youngest in class. No one would care if you get promoted as a manager by age 40. it doesn't really matter. What matters is how you actually grew from each and every experience that you have right now. Were you able to live? Or did you simply go with the flow, succeed, and feel empty afterwards? Lastly, you must know how to recalibrate your success. Take away that notion that success is all about winning all the time. Take away that notion that it's all about getting the biggest results. Have you tried celebrating mini milestones? Have you tried celebrating the gap in between successes? If not, this is the sign. This is a sign for you to actually be thankful. For instance, you got a passing grade in class. Woohoo! Be thankful that here and now you are seated comfortably. Be thankful that you are about to get your dream job. May not be anytime soon, but at least you're working on it. You have to give yourself little milestones to look forward to so that you would never feel the need that you have less. So instead of being Superman, I coined this character. Why not be Sureperman? Someone who's sure of yourself. Someone who knows himself inside and out. Someone who does not compare. Someone who embraces his self whole. Someone who loves his flaws and enjoys the journey. We all have goals. And our goals are still waiting for us. But this time around, please take note that it might be nice to have Superman by your side when the going gets tough. However, inside each of you, here and now, listening to me, know that there is greatness within, that your best would always be good enough. It doesn't matter what you are feeling right now or whatever it is that you've gone through or going through at present. What matters is you still try to move on and forward and grow and learn from the experience. You have what it takes to soar, to succeed, to be the best that you can be, simply because at this point in your life, wherever you are right now, you're on your way to becoming your own #BestMeEver. My name is Myke, and allow me to journey with you. Thank you very much.